Today our topic is why philosophy is more relevant than ever today. In a world that moves fast, where technology changes every day, and where people often feel lost or stressed, philosophy offers something special. It is not just old ideas from the past. It is a way to think deeply about life, to understand ourselves, and to find meaning in a confusing world. Philosophy teaches us how to live better, how to face challenges, and how to stay calm even when things are hard. It is not just for students or professors. It is for everyone. Let me explain why philosophy matters so much today. First, life today is full of information. We have the internet, social media, and news all around us. But having too much information can be overwhelming. It is hard to know what is true or important. Philosophy helps us think clearly. It teaches us to ask questions, to look for evidence, and to avoid being fooled by false ideas. For example, Socrates, an ancient philosopher, said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." This means we should not just accept what we hear or see. We should think for ourselves. This is very important today, when fake news and misinformation are everywhere. Philosophy gives us the tools to see through the noise and find the truth. Second, philosophy helps us deal with emotions and stress. Many people feel anxious or unhappy because life is so busy and competitive. Stoicism, a type of philosophy, teaches us how to stay calm and strong no matter what happens. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius said that we cannot control everything in life, but we can control how we react. For example, if someone insults you, you can choose to be angry or to ignore it. This idea is very powerful. It helps us focus on what we can change and let go of what we cannot. In a world where so much is out of our control, this is a valuable lesson. Third, philosophy helps us understand what is right and wrong. Today we face many moral questions. Should we use artificial intelligence in ways that might harm people? How should we treat the environment? What is fair in society? Philosophy does not give easy answers, but it helps us think carefully about these questions. For example, Immanuel Kant, a famous philosopher, said we should always treat people as ends, not as means. This means we should not use others for our own benefit. This idea can guide us in making better decisions, whether in our personal lives or in politics. Fourth, philosophy helps us find meaning in life. Many people today feel lost or disconnected. They work hard, but they wonder what it is all for. Philosophers like Viktor Frankl, who survived a concentration camp, wrote about the importance of finding meaning even in suffering. He said that when we have a purpose, we can endure almost anything. This is very relevant today, when so many people feel lonely or unsure about their future. Philosophy reminds us that life is not just about money or success. It is about finding what truly matters to us, and living in a way that reflects our values. Fifth, philosophy brings people together. In a world where there is so much division, philosophy can help us understand each other. It teaches us to listen, to be open-minded, and to respect different viewpoints. For example, John Stuart Mill, a philosopher, said that we should always consider the other side of an argument. This is important today when people often argue without really listening. Philosophy encourages dialogue and helps us find common ground, even when we disagree. Sixth, philosophy helps us appreciate the small things in life. In a world that is always rushing, it is easy to forget to be grateful. Philosophers like Epicurus taught that happiness comes from simple pleasures, like spending time with friends or enjoying nature. This is a good reminder in a time when many people are focused on material things. Philosophy helps us slow down and see the beauty in everyday life. It reminds us that we do not need much to be happy. Seventh, philosophy helps us face death. This might sound strange, but it is important. Many people are afraid of death, and this fear can stop them from living fully. Philosophers like Seneca and the Stoics said that thinking about death can help us appreciate life more. It reminds us that our time is limited and that we should make the most of it. This is a powerful idea today, when people often waste time on things that do not matter. Philosophy helps us focus on what is truly important. 8. Philosophy encourages us to be curious. In a world where many people just follow the crowd, philosophy teaches us to ask questions. Why do we believe what we believe? What is the purpose of life? What is justice? These are big questions, but they are worth asking. Philosophy reminds us that life is more than just routines and habits. It is an adventure of discovery. By asking questions, we learn more about ourselves and the world. 9th, philosophy helps us be better citizens. In a democracy, it is important to think critically and make informed decisions. Philosophy teaches us to analyze arguments, to spot fallacies, and to make logical choices. This is essential in a time when politics can be confusing and misleading. Philosophy helps us be more responsible and engaged in our communities. It reminds us that we have a role to play in making the world better. 10th, philosophy connects us to the past. The ideas of ancient philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, and Confucius are still relevant today. They faced many of the same questions we do: how to live a good life, how to create a just society, and how to find happiness. By studying their ideas, we can learn from their wisdom and avoid their mistakes. Philosophy reminds us that we are part of a long tradition of thinking and learning. It connects us to people from different times and places, and it helps us see that we are not alone in our struggles. In conclusion, philosophy is more relevant than ever today because it helps us think clearly, stay calm, make good decisions, find meaning, understand others, appreciate life, face death, be curious, be good citizens, and connect to the past. It is not just a subject for books or classrooms. It is a guide for living. In a world that is often confusing and stressful, philosophy offers wisdom and peace. It reminds us of what truly matters and helps us live with purpose and courage. So, let us not ignore philosophy. Let us embrace it, learn from it, and use it to make our lives and our world better.